So you want to main Mortis in Brawl Ball. Well, do you want to learn how to do this? Or this? Or maybe something like this. Well then, you've come to the right dojo. What's going on, guys? It's Sensei Adam, and today of course we're going to be learning how to play Mortis in Brawl Ball. And I'm going to be teaching you how you can be a goal scoring machine and an absolute monster with this brawler. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. I post daily Brawl Stars video, so without any further ado, let's just get started on the tutorial. So, there's about 10 points you need to know in order to start dominating your local Brawl Ball games with Mortis. All of them are crucial if you want to be as dominant as possible. Alright, so the first important thing that you need to consider is the kickoff. I see a lot of people not even going for the kickoff as the Mortis, or they wait a second to go for it. That's not how you do it. You want to go as fast as possible for the kickoff and use 2 dashes to the kickoff. And then once you have the ball, you use your third dash to dash back to your base. It's very easy, as you guys are going to see right here. You use 2 dashes to get the ball. Once you get it, you dash back with the last dash with the ball back to your base. But with that said, you do have to watch out for enemy Colts or Brocks, but especially Colts, because a lot of the time they're just going to aim down towards the ball and fire. If you do see that, you want to go a little bit to the side and then get the ball and just dash back to your base with it. And that brings us to our second point, ball possession. It's really important to have ball possession in this game mode. You never ever want to just pass the ball over to your enemies. And make sure to tell your teammates that. It's just annoying when your teammates just pass the ball to your enemies and you have to go and kill them in order to recover it. Especially when you're playing Mortis, because his strength is when he has the ball, so you want to always have the ball. And with that being said, that brings us to our third point, which is when you have ball possession, you want to stay back and wait for an opportunity. You don't want to just rush up when you know you don't have a good shot at scoring a goal, because you don't want to give up ball possession like I said before. So what you usually want to do is stay behind a wall. On this map especially, I stay behind a wall like this one where I'm here now. And then I let my 2 teammates do their thing, distract them. And when I see an opportunity, when I see that there's a gap that I can pass through without taking too much damage, like right here, I see that the Colt died and now there's just a Jesse, then I have a clear path. That's what you want to do. You just want to wait for that opportunity and not just go and waste your ball possession and give it to the opponent. That's why a lot of the times you're going to see me just stay back for a while and wait for an opportunity. Even though if I have to stay back for like 30 seconds or 45 seconds, it's worth it. And that brings us to our fourth point. Know when to give up ball possession. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's really helpful when you're in like 1v3 situations or you know when you're about to be cornered. So if you know you're like about to die, and if you do die with the ball, they're going to score a goal. You just want to kick the ball forward and as far away from everybody as possible, so you give your teammates more time to come back and defend. It just helps out a lot, and it's a lot better than just losing the ball right next to your goal. But what makes it all work is the fifth point. As you guys have been seeing by the clips, it's all about the double tap. What I mean by that is when you have the ball as Mortis and you double tap the screen really fast, you can kick the ball and just get to the ball right away. So that allows you to self-pass and move around a lot faster with the ball. You don't want to have those times when you kick the ball and you have to use 2 dashes to get to it. And if you know how to single dash like this, and if you guys want to know how to do those trick shots that I showed you in the beginning, you need to master this. It's just a crucial part of learning Mortis. So all you do is just when you have the ball, double tap the screen as fast as possible and you should do it. It's very simple. But that brings us to number 6, and it's just as important as number 5, and it is to be aware of your surroundings. And nowhere is that more important than in a game mode like Brawl Ball. I've seen a lot of the times where people just kick the ball away because they don't know they have the ball. Or you end up kicking the ball way too far when you have Mortis because you didn't have enough dashes to keep going. So it's just a good thing to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Like the things that I mean is, so when you have the ball, don't kick it away. Keep track of your dash count. You usually only want to push up when you have all 3 dashes or you're close to all 3 dashes, because you usually need those 3 dashes in order to juke them out. And also keep track of your HP. I usually only advise pushing up when you have max HP or you're close to max, or you see that it's like a 2v3 situation and you have enough time to get there without taking too much damage. Or you see that an enemy Shelly or an enemy Terra has their super. So you usually want to take caution when you push up, or just let your teammates take care of them before you push up, because those 2 things can stop you mid-dash and make you lose ball possession. So you just gotta watch out for those. And like I said, it's just a good thing to keep an eye out for all of those different things. So now we're gonna get to the good part. How do you juke and score goals? Well, this ties into the last thing I just said, which is you just have to be aware of your surroundings and you have to try and predict what your opponents are gonna do. So a lot of the times when you see me juking, I just move up and then move back, because I know my opponents are gonna start attacking and think I'm just gonna go in a straight line. So usually when you do move left and right, it just confuses the heck out of them. But in order to do that, you do have to have a mental picture of where you think your opponents are gonna be when you reach that space. So if you do see a gap, like, I don't know, like a 1 foot space between them, you can use that in order to dash. The last thing you want is to get close to them and have the ball land on their feet, because then they're probably just gonna kick the ball away and end up killing you at the same time, because you're probably not gonna have any dashes left after you just pushed up. And third, when you're at the goal line, you want to kick the ball only when you're right over your opponents, because if they're just a little bit further away, when you kick it, they're still going to grab the ball. So when you guys see me kicking the ball at the goal line, I'm really close to them or right on top of them. You don't want to just kick the ball when you're like a centimeter away. Just don't do it. Only do it when you're right on top of your opponent. So the art to scoring goals is that you have to save up 3 dashes, usually have max health, and when you dash towards the goal, don't dash in a straight line. You want to confuse your opponents, go to the left, go to the right, go backwards, and sometimes even just use fake dashes forward, then go back to confuse your opponents. So now that you know how to score goals, that should be it, right? Nope, there's still some more to it. So number 8, have good teammates. Now, there's a lot of people that think Mortis is an absolute miracle worker and that he can do everything on his own. And I'm here to tell you that he can't. You need good teammates to do their role in order for Mortis to be successful. And the most important role out of everything is for them to break the walls. If they don't break the walls, Mortis is going to be forced to go through 2 choke points in order to get to the ball. And it just makes your moves a lot more predictable. So you want them to just use their super on the wall. Tell them that. So you usually want to have a Colt who can use their supers on the wall to break both the middle wall, like that giant straight line, and the wall that's on the goal. So after 2 Colt supers, they should have that entire wall and the goal wall broken. And after the walls are broken, it just becomes a lot easier for the Mortis and he can start doing his miracle work. But as long as the walls are up, it's just really hard, because you have to pass through 2 choke points in order to score. And it just makes your moves a lot more predictable. And that brings us to number 9, which is how to play defense. Now, usually Mortis isn't a very good defensive player for obvious reasons, mainly because his attack is too slow and he doesn't have too much damage. So on your team comp, you usually want to have 2 people that are really good at defense. So the 4 people you want to pick are Colt, Shelly, Terra, or El Primo. Those are the 4. Usually you don't want to put anybody else beside your Mortis. But the most OP team comp that I see all the top players using is Mortis, Colt, and Shelly. That's what you're usually going to see when you see players that are above 500 trophies. Because Colt does a lot of damage and he can break walls, and Shelly is really good at stopping Mortis with their super. But Terra is also a good replacement for Shelly, more for offensive purposes, because her super just sucks everybody in and provides Mortis with an opportunity to go up and score that goal. El Primo's a good tank, and you can also use his super to just kick the ball up, break the wall, and score a quick goal. And my tip number 10 is just learn as you play. The more you play Mortis on Brawl Ball, the more patterns you're going to see people doing, like how people usually react to your moves, what they usually do, and you might start expecting when they're going to use their super so you can juke it and make them waste it, just stuff like that. But anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this helps you play Mortis in Brawl Ball. This is his only really strong game mode, so if you know how to play him well on here, you should be able to level him up to 500 really easily. But anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.